What happens when a light, fit kid goes for a mountain bike ride with a heavier bloke? More often than not, the kid wins, right? But what happens when we go for an e-mountain bike ride where the kid is on a mid-power bike and the heavier guy is on a full power bike? Right, this is Louis. You might have seen him previously. Louis, this time it's not a race, right? I want to find out if we can genuinely go for a mountain bike ride without one of us having to wait for the other, kind of like last time, only joking. So can we ride at the same intensity? Can we climb at a similar speed? Can we ride with the same heart rates? And I think, you know, can we, like I said, can we actually go for a ride together on a mid-power bike and a full power bike?
I guess today we'll find out what differences, if there are any.
Yeah, and what affects the ride, right?
Yeah, exactly.
If anything. These are some of the questions when people of different abilities, fitness and bike type ride together. It's often said that it's almost impossible for an MTB rider to ride with an eMTB rider, and also for low-powered bikes to hang out with the big guns. But how much truth is there in that argument? Now, the trail we're riding today is the Verdres Trail in the Forest of Dean. It's 11 kilometres, 7 miles. It's a blue graded trail. It's surface, so that's good, means there won't be any surprises, hopefully, along the route. Although I did hear that Louis has got a couple of tech climbs in mind midway through the ride. Quick rundown of the riders. Louis, 65 kilos, age of...
30.
30?
I'm 30 now.
And myself, now, I'm actually not 78, like my colleague pointed out last time. I'm 20 years younger than that. And now on my Chris Hemsworth programme, weighing in at 95 kilos. Oh, yeah. OK, folks, the two characters involved in the challenge today. First of all, the mighty Track Fuel EXE, 150mm travel front and rear, 29-inch wheels, and of course, that super silent TQ motor pumping out 50 Newton meters of torque. The weight of this bike, around about 19 kilos. And here is my Canyon Spectral, Shimano EP8 motor, 85 Newton meters, 27.5, and weighing in at 22 kilos with that 900 watt-hour battery. A couple more details about these bikes. Now, the first thing is the price. Spectral on CFR, £8,500, whereas the Track Fuel, the top spec there, is £13,500. One thing which we really want to find out today, apart from the fact that can we ride together, is what's going to be the effect on the battery life. Now, as I mentioned, there's a 900 watt-hour battery in this bike, whereas in the Fuel EXE is that super dinky 360 watt-hour battery. So what will be the impact when we get to the end of the route in terms of the battery life? Well, I think we seem to be keeping at the same pace, don't we? So what's your effort levels like?
Yeah, about 60%, I think. Yeah.
So I think we're keeping
pretty smooth.
Keeping an equal pace, I think, even on this rough bit of track.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not too much of an effort for me right now.
And that's a size large Fuel EXE.
Yeah.
I mean, how tall are you?
5'7" or 8".
I guess you'd normally be on maybe a medium, but I've slammed the seat forward for you, so size all right?
Yeah, it feels good. I'm a good distance away from the handlebars, and yeah, I don't feel like stretched out like I normally am on bigger bikes.
OK, cool. Going well then. Do you know what? Your thoughts? I reckon we can ride at the same intensity.
Yeah, it feels like a pretty level playing field, really, doesn't it?
Oh, our e-mountain bike's great, but
yeah.
I think the same intensity, same pace. I didn't seem to be holding you back on climbs. You weren't holding me back.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one track, granted, but yeah, I think we're onto something.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
It was all going so well. We could ride together in any mode. We could punch out the climbs, storm the descents, and, well, I was enjoying getting the kid up to pace. But hey, full power bikes in a drag race will always win a head-to-head hill climb, right?
3, 2,
What? I didn't realise it was such an intense race. So that was max effort. Max effort 100-metre climb. Did you give it all in?
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
But I soon realised I was going to have to about 5 metres off the start. When he started standing up, I thought, oh, here we go. Okay. Pretty equal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty equal.
Pretty much, yeah.
Both in boost.
Yeah.
Wow. Interesting. Now, I'll tell you what you need to get rid of is the fact that if you look at the two lines, your line is like a snake, and mine's like a fishing rod. Look at the difference.
Yeah, that's weird, isn't it?
With Louis unable to hide his happiness at beating me on an e-bike with a lot less power, it was time to swap out heavy rider onto mid-power and light rider onto full power. The result? Wow.
3,
I'm really looking forward to
2,
this.
1, go.
That's a gear change.
Easy.
Oh, gee. Why'd you make me do that?
See, I'm not even out of breath either.
What?
That was like less than half the effort, probably.
I think what's good is that we're quite a long way under 25k on that hill climb. Thing is, you don't ride e-bikes like that.
We've been here before, haven't we, Steve?
We have, and the reason for this is, you know, we've just done the fire road climb comparison.
Yeah.
I think it's important for people to understand the difference between a mid-power bike and a full power bike. I don't know how you'd be able to cope with this.
Neither do I. Actually.
I mean, but I think this could be where the biggest difference lies between the two bikes.
Yeah, I mean, it's fairly dry, which is good.
But it's fairly tech.
It's fairly tech though as well, yeah.
I think it's as tech as it gets. That is like world enduro standard.
It's quite steep as well. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but it's quite steep. Nervous again.
Yeah, we've been here before, haven't we?
Yeah, I was nervous last time as well.
Yeah, we do have previous on head-to-heads on EMBN, me and Louis. Let's go in boost mode for this, I think.
Okay.
And when you're ready, I'll count you in.
Okay.
Ready?
I think I'm ready, yep.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, here we go.
Remember, it's all about technique as well as the bike. Oh, he's going well. Okay.
Does that count?
Yeah, 16 seconds.
Could do with some Pirelli tyres.
And I have actually got, I need to point this out, I do have softer compound tyres, higher volume with lower pressure in them. So I will be at an advantage in terms of rubber. 3, 2, 1, go! You also need to learn how to change gear.
Take 2?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go!
Oh, it is slippy, isn't it? Boom!
12 seconds.
Okay.
Ready?
3, 2, 1. Oh, wow, that's interesting. 12 seconds.
Ah.
That's the same.
Same time.
Wow.
That's weird. 3, 2, 1, whoop. There he goes. Oh, he's doing pretty well. Like 13 seconds.
Maybe it's just my Chris Hemsworth fitness training I'm doing.
I bet that's what it is.
Well, I gotta say, that was interesting. So you did 16 seconds on the fuel.
Yeah.
I did 12 on the canyon.
Yep.
Then after a couple of attempts, you did 12 on the canyon.
Yep.
And I got on the fuel and did 13.
Yeah.
It doesn't add up. I mean, it makes me feel good.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's about technique, I guess, isn't it? And your experience from climbing.
So what are you
Climbing
saying?
an e-bike, yeah.
I like the way you say experience rather than old age.
Yeah.
That's very nice, very kind of you.
Well, you are 78. 78
What was it?
years old.
Yeah, of course I am 78. Thanks for that last time. Obviously there's revenge is a dish best served cold. I mean, the thing is, this wasn't meant to be in the video. You have to bring a competitive element to it, don't you?
I'm revengeful.
It's pretty funny how this video came about, isn't it?
Yeah, so we were shooting another video on a road near where you live.
Yeah, and my neighbour was hollering at me. What? What's all that f***ing noise? Was that you revving the car earlier? One comment, Daniel. Right? Can you please keep the noise down? Some people are trying to work today. Look, you can't, honestly, annoying neighbours think they own the place. What was it you said when you got on this bike?
Well, we rode up the climb, which is quite a steep gradient, probably like 10% or something like that. And we realised that we were both riding in turbo and riding at the same speed, so we're just like level pegging each other. But I thought, actually, you're never going to get the same sensation as I do when I jump on a high-power bike like yours.
Yeah.
Because when I ride a high-power bike, the motor feels like it's doing like, I don't know, 80% of the work for me.
Really? Does it feel like it's overpowering you then?
Yeah, often, yeah.
So what's been the sensation on the Fuel XE today?
It feels like a normal bike. I mean,
is that the kind of bike you'd go for, do you think?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think it'd strike like good. I could definitely use it as a machine to keep fit on, I think, and but then you also get similar enjoyment to normal e-bikes as well.
Yeah.
Whoa! Hey,
I'm keeping with you, dude.
There you are.
I'm keeping with it. Oh, there he's gone now. Giving it some beans on the flat. I guess the thing here is we're going to hit the 25k quite soon, aren't we?
Can't even hear you.
Now, before we drop into the final descent of the Verdras, looking at battery usage, I'm on like 80% left.
59% for me.
All right, so there's actually a big difference, which isn't surprising really, because you know I got a 900, you got a 360 in that. But I guess the question is, if I got on that, then my range would be significantly reduced, wouldn't it?
Yeah, if you were riding at the same speed, I guess.
Yeah. I tell you what, for someone who claims to be a roadie, you don't hang about, do you?
I like the speed. I like the speed.
You do, don't you?
Yeah.
I think it works. I think you on a mid-power, me on a full power, we can ride the trails together.
Absolutely, especially like a trail like this as well, where it's not too challenging.
Yeah.
I guess it might be a different story if it was super techie.
Well, one of those bogs that I take you to in North Wales.
Yeah.
It might be different, but I think. Folks, yes, the answer is definitely you can go for a mixed ride with different weights, different abilities. I'm not saying different ability. Watch that other video. But I think the biggest difference we saw was the effect on battery range. I'm on like 80% at the top of the descent there. You're on 60 odd.
Yeah.
So on a different day, a heavy rider on that bike might be a different outcome. I really think that smooth forest road climbs are great for these bikes. I think these kind of trails are great for those bikes. But what really surprised me was the fact that I got up that tech climb. I'm not trying to rub it in, Louis.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to rub it in. But in the end, it all balanced out, didn't it? You smoked me on the hill climb. Tech climb is different.
Yeah, definitely.
I can tell he's hating every second of this. Good fun, though.
Yeah. Awesome.
Agreed?
Yeah. Yeah.
Folks, let us know if you go for mixed e-mountain bike rides, what bikes you ride. Old, young, fit, unfit, e-mountain bikes, they're great.
Yeah.